All right, so in this module, we are focusing on mobility. And we're going to touch a little bit on why mobility is important in a second here. But let's talk about what mobility is first, okay? Mobility is a combination of three things. It's a combination of flexibility, range of motion, and strength, okay? Initially, we were going to put this thing together and it was really going to just be focused on how to become more flexible, but you can't separate the flexibility from the range of motion and also separate that from the strength. Those things go together. So we're going to go over the different body parts, the hips, the ankles, and express and really kind of just show you guys how you can improve in these areas to make you a better catcher. All right, so this module is going to be on our flexibility, the importance of mobility, strength, range of motion, all the things we just mentioned right now. Super important for our catchers. There's so much dynamic movement that has to happen out of our primary, out of our secondary stance. Whether guys are running, it's a block ball, or nobody's on base, and the hitter drops a bunt down. Okay, there's a lot of unexpected activity that has to happen, and all other positions, they get to be free from being in this position down here, free from tightness. They get to move. Catchers, not so different. Right, Ange?
That's right. Yeah, one of the things that I first realized as I transitioned from a middle infielder to a catcher, and I came and worked with Coach Duarte, one of the very first things he changed was my stance. And so my stance used to be like this, with my knees kind of forward, and he very quickly identified that I had a mobility issue in my glutes. And so from there, I worked really hard to get to the point where I could get with my feet flat on the floor and my shin guards vertical. And once I did this, as you can see just in the image, right? Look at the target that my knees and my shoulders are giving here compared to a small target here. As you can imagine, the pitcher probably almost always wants to throw to the bigger target. But the thing is, when your mobility doesn't allow you to get into the positions that you need to get into, it significantly hinders your ability to receive pitches well, to move, to sway, to even block as you jab step and go down. Because if you don't have the mobility, if you don't even have the capacity to move in the way that you need to move, then that's really going to hinder your ability. So that's why we chose to start here with the foundation of your mobility, because we really believe that this is at the core, the foundation of catching. You need to be able to move well.
And I would say that one of the bigger things that's maybe coming around recently is a lot of single knee technique, a lot of single knee receiving, single knee blocking, which is great. You can see how low Ange is here, how he can really drop that glove down. The strike zone still stays here. We are manipulating it to a sense, right? But we still have to be able to build our foundation. And one of the things that I've seen with a lot of catchers that we've trained, guys, hundreds of thousands of catchers over the last 5 or 6 years, is the ones that are restricted the most with their defensive playability, whether it's their footwork, whether it's their range on bump plays or blocks receiving, or even range on pitches they can throw on, is their mobility. And so that's what we're going to work to increase in this session.
Right. Man, I think this was still like his second set on the first day that we got together. On the right, you see him now starting to be able to kind of really stick some of those pitches, which look really nice. This is a really